Dime qué es lo que esperas. Dime qué quieres ver.
Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Joseph. It's lovely to meet you. And if you are a returning subscriber, lovely to see you too. In today's tutorial, guys, we're going to be having a very close look. This is in fact going to be a blind review of the Revlon Colorstay 24-hour makeup, and this is the natural look one. They do two. They do a combination oily skin one, which is obviously mattifying, and this one is the glowy version of that. So if that sounds like something you guys want to find out more about, stay tuned. And obviously, beautiful ones, this channel being this channel, me being me, we're not just going to try this any old way. We're not going to use it as it was intended, obviously, because I don't do things the obvious way or the normal way, do I, guys? I thought we might try blending it with some primer, or maybe even mixing it with some water on the back of my hand, because what I have been doing up until now is applying it with a damp sponge. However, I wanted to shake things up a little bit, so I thought perhaps if I tried mixing this up with a drop or two of water on the back of my hand and then slapping it on my 50-year-old face. How does that sound? One thing I will say about makeup, foundations in particular, guys, is the fact, obviously, and perhaps it's not obvious to all of you out there, but you know these claims, say 24-hour wear, mattifies or glows, or I don't know, could fill a trench the size of the San Andreas Fault, something like that. These claims are made by the company for the foundation on its own. These claims, they go out the window the second you mix in moisturizer or primer and stuff like that. Does that make sense? So obviously, these claims, they're not to be taken as read, basically, and that's why you hear so many people on these reviews on YouTube saying, well, it didn't last for 24 hours, or it made my skin look this, or it didn't feel wrinkles, it didn't do this, it didn't do that, because they're applying it onto primer, moisturizer, serum, 3 or 4 layers, and then they're applying the foundation on top. These claims are based solely on the foundation onto skin, basically. So that's basically. How many times am I going to say basically this morning? I said at the top of this review, didn't I, that this is going to be another blind review. And what blind reviews are is basically I know nothing about the product. I haven't looked at the website. I haven't looked at any of the literature or anything like that. So I purposely keep myself very much in the dark. And then I try the product on my face, on the back of my hand. And then we apply it various different ways, don't we, beautiful ones? And then at the end of the tutorial, I look at the website to basically see whether the company's claims marry up with what my findings or our findings, whatever. And that way I find that it just it shakes things up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I will be doing a separate video one day very, very soon on what a blind review is, just so I don't have to keep saying that preamble at the start of every blind review, because it doesn't bother me, but it may be quite boring for you guys out there. And how I like to start each review is to just describe what I see in my hand. So as I've already said, this is a 30ml glass bottle. You can see that there, can't you, down the bottom, 30 mils, and it's basically just a bog standard glass bottle, so that's good for recycling, isn't it, with a removable plastic cap. And then you have your black pump. Just put my hand behind it so you can see the black pump there. So I guess it looks quite classy, doesn't it? A little bit mass produced, but again, I think it was something like £10. I'll find out and I'll pop that down here for you guys. And this is in shade Natural Beige. Can you see that there somewhere? There, you can see that, can't you? Natural Beige. So what I'll do is I'll just, I don't know if you're supposed to shake it or not. There aren't any directions for use. No. Oh, here we go. Shake well. So I was right. Hope you're all okay, beautiful ones. Just why I sit here shaking this one to within an inch of its life. And I got him from Sainsbury's, as I said, 2 or 3 days ago, and Sainsbury's are really, really good. They do have loads of testers. Not all testers, though, but, you know, for most of the foundations they sell in there, they provide testers. So I was able to pop some on the back of my hand, and I've trained myself to be able to tell whether something's too pink or too yellow for my skin. And you would think something called Natural Beige, wouldn't you, would be pretty yellow, but it's not. It's got quite a strong pink undertone. So without any further waffle, I'll just give that one last shake, and then this is a brand new product, obviously. Pop him over there. So can you see how pink it is? You can see that, can't you, guys? And I'll just finger blend that one in, and it is pretty full coverage. I did notice that in the shop. And again, as I said, I don't know whether this is a full cover foundation, whether the company are claiming it to be full coverage or not. Now it does slip on, it glides onto the skin, and this is a silicone based foundation, again, as I've already said. Stop repeating yourself, man. Right, there's no scent, I just need to clean fingers. There's no discernible scent other than that sort of, that really, really hard to describe scent. If anyone can come up with a way to describing foundation scents, then please let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. Save me a lot of sleepless nights, that would, guys. Come back here a little bit. So It's pretty glowy, isn't it, guys? Let's see how long that takes to dry down, shall we? No, it's still really, really, what's the word? Moist on the skin. Moist. Sorry, guys, I should have said at the start of this tutorial that, you know, when I was talking about the bottle itself, the only way I can tell about the product is by looking at the description on the back, and all it says is 24 hours, up to 24-hour wear and flawless look, weightless feel, and that's up the top there somewhere. So beautiful ones. That's now been on the back of my hand for about 2 minutes, I would say, and it has totally dried. And it's not that thick a coverage, actually, so it's not a full cover foundation, I don't think. Just check it in the daylight. No, it's pretty sheer, actually. Possibly a medium to full coverage, or a sheer to medium. I'm not too sure. Again, we can find out, couldn't we, when we look at the website. Can you see the glow? So it's pretty glowy and a pretty sheeny. There's a lot of reflection and a lot of what's the word? Reflection in there, isn't there? So got high hopes for this one, guys. So without any further waffle from man here, I will. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. I'll I'll put a strip of him down here and onto my neck, and that way we'll be able to see whether the colour is going to make me look like a baked bean or whether it's going to blend seamlessly into my face. So I'll do that now. Right, guys, first of all, I just need to clean my skin because I'm reviewing a retinol product for you, and it's a month-long review. And I started it 2 weeks ago this morning, so obviously I've just filmed and I've applied some of the retinol serum, and I needed to remove that just so that you can see what this looks like on virgin skin. So, do you know, guys, I've been having loads of deja vus recently, and I don't know what's that all about. It's really weird, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That feeling of you've been here before, or experiences happening over and over again. Do you get those? Right, okay, so stop waffling, man, and get that on them old chopses. Right, okay. I'm in trouble with myself yet again. Wow. Bring it down onto your neck. So that was quite a lot of foundation, about half a pump I used there, and it has totally vanished now. Just see if it's dried. No, it's still quite moist and a little bit what's the word? Not sticky, because I don't think this foundation would. I thought there was a huge spider up there in the corner, hallucinating as well as having deja vus. It's going slowly mad, guys. Help me, please. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty good stuff. And obviously, the traditional 24-hour wear makeup, foundation sort of things like that have been very matte or chalky or for oilier skin. So it's pretty unusual to find one for dry skin. And this, sorry, I should have said that at the start of this tutorial. Where's the lid? Bugger. Ah, got it. Goodness me, guys, I'm all over the shop today, aren't I? So that's the swatch of him onto the neck, and it has totally matched my neck, hasn't it? And it's matched my cheek as well, so we know we're onto a winner here. I should have said on the lid there are even more claims, and it says natural finish for normal to dry skin, and it's SPF 20. So obviously, though, when you apply something like makeup or foundation which has an SPF in it, you're applying a much smaller amount. So this actually won't be an SPF 20, possibly around an SPF 5 or even SPF 10. You certainly won't get your quarter teaspoon or however much is they advise you to use these days. Right. So gorgeous ones. Now that we've seen that matches, and it has totally disappeared, isn't it? I'll get some of this on my old face. So again, another quick shake. And shall I use, I'll just use one pump if that's okay with you guys. Put the lid on him. Otherwise he will go absolutely, you all know how clumsy. It's pretty runny though. Can you see that? It's pouring down my hand. So let's get some of him on this old face, shall we? Less of the old. How many times do I do that, beautiful ones? Tell myself off for calling myself old. Well, I am oldish, aren't I? 50's not young, is it really? Although I do feel young inside. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys? You're as old as you feel, aren't you? I think that's a dictum to live by, or a philosophy to live by. Wow. Okay, just clean the back of that one. So this is one layer of him applied with fingers, and it is pretty sheer actually, guys. Tidy up stosh. Okay, so beautiful ones. This is the Revlon Colorstay 24-hour foundation, the one for dry skin, and this is close up now. So it's totally dried, although it does leave your skin feeling ever so slightly moist. So I imagine that this has got moisturising properties. Again, it's for dry skin, so it probably will. But yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased with that. It's given my skin a very sort of flat sort of look though, hasn't it? Which we'll try and fix in a minute by adding water to the foundation. But yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased with it. To think that this would last now for 24 hours or up until you wash it off. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a close inspection. So time for spectacles. It's very glowy, isn't it? Very, very glowy. Liking it though, guys. I'm like, maybe the shade's just ever so slightly too pale for my skin, but doesn't matter. It probably will oxidize down a little bit. What do you reckon at home? Do you reckon it looks good or not? Can you see there? And obviously my favourite area is in between my eyebrows, and I love it when, you know, that's lit up or brought back to life with a foundation or something. No, I'm pretty pleased with this stuff anyway so far. I'll go and take a little video, and then when I come back, I'll remove this layer and we'll try playing around with it, shall we? Right, beautiful ones. This is the Revlon Colorstay makeup in Daylight, and pretty pleased with that. The colour match is perfect, isn't it? And it is pretty sheer as well. I don't think it would cover any, you know, great big birthmarks or something like that. Revlon do sell a full cover foundation, and I didn't buy that obviously, but so can you see the area here that it's just bringing my skin back to life, isn't it? And it's giving it a lovely glow, but pretty pleased with it so far. So I'll just do a quick sweep, or a slow sweep in fact. Yep. Okay. So I'll go and remove this layer, and when I come back, we'll yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right, guys. He back from bathroom. So now then, how am I going to do this? I don't really know how I'm going to do this, guys. So I thought perhaps if I just tried mixing it with some water on the back of my hand. So what I might do is just to soak my brush first and put that in my lap. So get the back of your hand. You see that soaking wet, don't you? And I'll just apply a little bit of water onto there. There's quite a lot of water. In fact, it's dripping everywhere. But hey ho. Doesn't matter, does it, guys? So some of that water's dripped off now, but and what I might do is just apply a full pump onto that one. Now this will take some working in, guys, but you know, if the results are worth it, then I just need to just dab my brush on my J cloth. J cloths are essential items if you are dirty and not dirty but clumsy like me. Very clumsy person I am. So, and can you see that it's not accepting it immediately, because obviously water and silicone repel each other, don't they? But if you keep working at it, guys, and you'll get there in the end. We may have to go in with a second layer in a minute, but it doesn't matter, guys, does it? So this should be barely there now, guys. So let's start slapping this on this whole face. Less of the old. Won't tell you again, mister. Dear me, I am in trouble with myself today, aren't I, beautiful ones? And obviously I have a fan to my right, which will be your left, which will help this to dry a lot quicker than if I was just sat here, you know, waiting for paint to dry, or makeup to dry, in fact. Okay, well, it feels really, really, really lovely, refreshing. Do you know what I mean, doing it this way? So this would be a nice method to apply on a summer's day. Like some into the old beard and stoush. And this is just a variation on, you know, on my technique of using a soaked sponge or a soaked brush. I guess by doing it this way, you know, you can control how much you use then, can't you, really? But right, okay, wow, look at that, guys. That's incredible, isn't it? It's water. And how many times do I say that on a daily basis to you, beautiful ones? If you want an ultra natural look and you have a silicone based foundation, blend water into it. It doesn't matter how you blend it in, really, does it? I mean, we've done sponges now, we've done wet brushes, and now we've just applied it on the back of my hand with a soaked, with a drop or two of water, and we've just mixed the foundation up, haven't we? And it hasn't quite dried yet, which is quite unusual because the water's definitely dried, but it's left the foundation feeling a little bit moist on the old skin. However, it has really, really, really worked, isn't it? It's perfected my skin here, here, and here. Wow. I'm really, really, really pleased with this method, guys. Really, really. I didn't think it would work, to be honest with you, but, you know, we've got to try these things, haven't we? Brilliant. Okay, so... And that will now last for as long as the foundation would have lasted, so that's 24 hours, isn't it? And it will give you all of the benefits of the foundation for those 24 hours, although it will just look like this as opposed to looking a little bit mask-like, a little bit obvious as it did before. I could easily go out now and, you know, no one would know that I've got anything on my face at all, other than just my skin looking really, really top-notch at the minute. So What do you reckon to that, guys? Should we put another layer on? Why not? It's what we're here for. So again, in fact, this time I might just apply the foundation first. So this time, beautiful ones, I'll use a little bit more foundation. Might use a pump and a half this time and put the lid on him. Otherwise he will be, you know by now, don't you guys? So there's the foundation. And all I'm going to do is just with my soaked brush, and that's sopping wet, guys. Can you see that that's dripping? Just go in and apply 1 or 2 drops of, well, just all of that would do really, wouldn't it? So what I'm just doing is dabbing, and I'm going to introduce the water and the foundations together. Some of that's going all over my shirt. Doesn't matter though, guys, does it? It's what washing machines are for. He says covering himself in foundation and water mixture. Doesn't matter though, does it, as I've already said. Right. So, and this is quite a messy process, I guess, but the results are well worth it, aren't they? And I suppose there's nothing stopping you from mixing these up in a bowl and keeping the bowl in the fridge, or putting it into a little plastic bottle or something, is there? Maybe half a bit of water and half a measure of water and half a measure of foundation to get that ultra natural look. Why not? Wow, I'm pretty pleased with this stuff so far. Obviously out of the bottle it did look very makeup-like, didn't it? But we've got there, haven't we, beautiful ones? And I quite like the smell of this stuff. It's got that sort of silicone-y lanacane anti-chaff gel. Whatever you do, don't use the red one on your face though, guys, because you'll end up hives and blisters and all of this. I think the red one might have hydrocortisone cream or something like that in it. Hydrocortisone, not hydrocortisone cream, man. Get it right, please. Trouble with myself yet again. Right. So again, we'll just let that dry for a few minutes. Eyebrows need seeing too, beautiful ones. So all I do is put my finger into a J cloth and it allows for some precision. And whiskers need seeing too, don't they? Right. Okay, so let's have a close look at this one now, shall we? Oh dear, it's left my eyebrows looking a bit pink and a bit red, but you've just seen me, yeah, you saw that, didn't you? So the more layers you put on, obviously, the more coverage you'll get, but this is an ultra sheer method, and it makes your skin just look amazing, and that has dried totally now as well. Wow, I'm so impressed with this and this method as well, which I've just invented. Wow. It's gotten rid of that mask-like look, hasn't it? And I think what's happened is basically because foundations have powders in them as well as pigments and so on. I think that the water has just removed the top layer of powder, and all we're seeing now is a new product on my skin. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys? Hope so. Right. Wow. Yep. Okay, really loving this stuff. I'll go and take another little video, and then when I come back, should we look at the website? Let's do that. So, beautiful ones, this is 2 layers now of the Revlon Colorstay for normal to dry skin, using water on the back of my hand. And what do you reckon? Can you see that there? Wow, I'm really chuffed with this method, and the foundation's pretty good as well. So, as I said earlier, I could definitely go out looking like this. Now, Pup's just 1 layer as opposed to 2, but... Oh, missed a bit on the old beard. Doesn't matter though, does it, guys? No, it doesn't. Wow. I'll do another slow sweep, shall I? Wow, so I'm really impressed with this again, you know what I mean? So I'm falling for this one big time. All right, guys, I'll better go, and we'll read the website now, shall we? And then we'll close, okay? Right, beautiful ones, I have the revlon.co.uk website in my paw. So this one's called, and again, I'll put screenshots here so you don't have to watch me waffling and stumbling my way through these words. Revlon Colorstay Longwear Makeup for Normal to Dry Skin, SPF 20. Longwear and foundation with up to 24-hour wear. Now, there's probably around 25, 26 colours. And we had colour Natural Beige, didn't we? Yeah. So the description is, we got you covered. This breathable, buildable, oil-free foundation offers flawless 24-hour wear and helps improve your skin's appearance day after day. Wow, I wonder why they've claimed that. There must be skincare ingredients in there. Resisting heat, sweat and humidity. Skincare ingredients include hyaluronic acid to help boost skin's moisture by over 120% for all-day hydration and a healthy looking glow. I'm not so sure about the healthy looking glow thing. Hyaluronic acid will just plump up fine lines temporarily. It won't do anything. Okay. Transfer resistant, waterproof and mask friendly. 24 diverse shades. So this must be a reboot because I think, yeah, they've obviously had it before. So now should we look at details? Details. Wears up to 24 hours. So that's good. Yeah, I'd quite like my skin looking like this for 24 hours. Do you know what I mean? Obviously the glow is from the retinol as well as the makeup on top, but you'll see that in about 2 weeks' time anyway. That my review on the. Shall I stop and talk? Okay. Soft natural finish. It took work to get there, didn't it? But out of the bottle, I thought it was a little bit a little bit mask-like, a little bit heavy. But you know, obviously now I could, as I've said a million times, oh wow, look at that area there, guys, between my eyebrows. Sorry, shall I carry on? Okay. Hydrating formula helps improve skin's appearance by the day. There's no way we're going to be able to know that unless I try this for a month or something, is there? No, there's not. Comfortable, lightweight feel, resists heat, sweat and humidity. Skincare ingredients, high performance pigment technology. I wouldn't say it looks any different than any other bog standard foundation, really, would you? Might do, I don't know. Now with more hyaluronic acid for an extra moisture boost. You guys know what my thoughts on topical hyaluronic acid are. I won't go there again, not today, guys. Broad spectrum SPF 20 to help protect skin from the sun's rays. That's good. Again, you won't be getting SPF 20, possibly around SPF 5, SPF 10. Use more SPF if you want to, you know, to have skin protected from the old sun, and oil-free and fragrance-free. So, yeah, I'd go along with all of those. How much is he? Let's have a little look. To go to the Superdrug where I got him from Sainsbury's, didn't I? The price of this one is £12.99, again for the 30 mils, which is pretty good. You know, you could have skin which looks, wow, look at that there, guys. It's just awesome, isn't it? And that foundation didn't look like that straight out of the bottle, did it? It took, as I said, it took some work, but I'm just gobsmacked by this, by the look of this. And all we did was just mix it in with a bit of water on the back of my hand. A little bit messy, but, you know, if you take precautions, you could, it's good, isn't it? I would say if you've got oilier skin, this foundation would do just for you as well as being normal to dry skin. If you've got very, very, very dry skin, I'd avoid this formula because obviously it would cling to flakes and so on and so forth. And I don't know if you could use the water method, you know, again, if you've got very, very dry skin, but I would say all skins could use this. So what I'll do quickly is just mark it out of 10. The bottle, 10 out of 10. It doesn't, there's no reason to take any marks off that one, is there? It just possibly looks a little bit bog standard, a little bit cheap, but I'm not going to take any marks off for that one. Formula, again, 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it 20 out of 10 once you've, you know, applied water to it because, wow. Price, definitely $12.99. You can't go wrong to get this expensive looking skin, which is what I bang on about all the time. So the Revlon Colorstay 24-hour makeup for dry, combined normal to dry skin in shade Natural Beige comes the House of Joseph endorsed, very much so. So beautiful ones. That's the end of today's review / tutorial. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Similarly, consider subscribing. And all it remains is for me to wish you beautiful ones a gorgeous Sunday. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all very. I'm going to go and look at myself now for the rest of the day. Gaze at myself into a mirror. No, I'm not. Okay, guys, lots of love. Take care.